Jacques Hamel from up in Magog, and I'm assuming that's in Quebec, Canada. Welcome. I have an Atwood electronic gas water heater. Is it normal to take 2 or 3 times to start this heater after we do not use it for a period of 1 to 2 weeks? When I switch the gas on, after 3 tries, it might start, but I have to shut down the switch and start it back up, and then everything runs okay. Well, Jacques, it could be a very real possibility that you have air in the LP system. Somehow air gets in there through the vent portion of the regulator. There might even be a faulty regulator. Somehow it seems like there might be air getting in during the periods of non-use. Here's something you could try. Before you light the water heater the next time, obviously make sure there's water in the tank. You indeed have water flowing through the hot water faucets. One thing you might want to do is light a couple stove burners. If you light a couple stove burners and then the water heater ignites normally as it should on the first try for ignition, then that's a good indication that somehow air is getting into that system, either coming back in through an open burner like the stove burner with no fire that simply would allow into the system, or something else. Now there's a couple other possibilities that you need to be aware of. Number one, all water heaters, all LP appliances need periodic maintenance from time to time. Specifically, probably once a year is my recommendation, at least once a year. So you could have insufficient LP pressure. So one of the things that the pro technicians do is that they perform a clean and service on the water heater where they literally check everything. They check the electrode gapping, they check the spacing of the from the ground probe to the spark probe, if that is off, if the gas pressure itself is off, if it's not right on 11 inches of water column, that could lead to some problems as well. So the first thing I would do would be to, obviously, if you haven't had the coach leak checked in quite a while, you should have it done at least a couple times a year. Have the coach leak checked to make sure there's absolutely no LP leaks in the system. Then have the LP pressure set, and that will indeed tell you if you have a good or a faulty regulator. If the regulator is good and you can set the pressure and the technician can set the pressure at 11 inches of water column, then we have to look at possibility of why air is getting into the system. But the quickest way to find out is to, prior to lighting the water heater, light a couple stove burners, let it burn for a couple minutes, and or just a minute anyway, and then try to ignite the water heater. If it ignites immediately, then you know it's an air in the gas line system, and I would check for LP leaks and also the operation of the regulator.